Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. We're talking about the Jack and Lily Sullivan case, who vanished from their Pictou County, Nova Scotia home on May 2nd, 2025. Since then, there's been no sighting of where Jack and Lily is, and still yet, almost a year later, we have no idea where they are. Recently, the stepfather of Jack and Lily has been charged in unrelated crimes against Jack and Lily. And tonight, we're going to be talking about that. A lot to break down on the other side of this.
I've walked through storms in scars and grace. Smile through pain with a painted face. They call me too loud, too much, too strong. But honey, that's the reason I belong. Every scar's a scripture, every tear's a hymn. I found my worth where the light grew dim. They tried to break me, but here's a twist. I turned my pain into a clenched fist. I'm an unbreakable woman, born of fire and pearl. I shine like grace in a reckless world. You can test my faith, you can shake my plan, but I'll rise again. Just watch me I've been whispered about and written off, judged by the gloss, not the cause. But God don't build weak hearts from gold. He made me fierce and he made me bold. I bend, I pray, I roar, I rise with mascara, tears and battle cries. Don't need your crown, I forge my own. From ashes, honey, I build my throne. I'm an unbreakable soul, dressed in truth and pearls. The fire don't scare me, it lights my world. You can doubt my voice, but you'll hear my name. I'm holy and hood, and I'm done with shame. For everyone called too much, too loud, too real. You're not to anything. You're exactly what power looks like. I'm an unbreakable soul, through the fight and flame. My scars are stories, my strength, my faith. Faith in my heart, fire in my blood, forever divine. Clutch them pearls.
Let's go.
Coming in clutch, better tighten them pearls, dropping cold facts. Got the truth for the world, no smoke, no fluff, just the real that we trust. Hold on to your seat, cause I'm coming in clutch.
Who's coming in what?
Coming in clutch, better tighten them pearls, dropping cold facts. Got the truth for the world, no smoke, no fluff, just the real that we trust. Hold on to your seat, cause I'm coming in clutch. Coming in clutch. Coming in clutch, better tighten the pearls, dropping cold facts. Got the truth for the world, no smoke, no fluff, just the real that we trust. Hold on to your seat, cause I'm coming in clutch. Coming in clutch.
Like mother, like son, Daniel's favorite stone is crystal.
This nicotine patch for an hour, and I'd still sell you in for a smoke. Come on back to my place. I want you to look at a urine sample. I think it looks cloudy. It's been so long since someone touched me.
Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me on this late night edition. Really do appreciate your time. You could have chosen to be anywhere on YouTube. You have a lot of options, anywhere on the internet, anywhere in thy world. And you chose to be right here. I know your time is very valuable, and I do appreciate you spending some time with me. Today is April Fool's Day, April 1st, 2026. It is currently 10:24 in the East Coast of the United States. Hello, my beautiful pearls. Thank you all so much for joining me tonight. We're talking about the Jack and Lily Sullivan case, and we are also talking about the Daniel Martell case, separate, but hopefully will be linked up. Prosecutors are now putting off the case temporarily. They're rescheduling it, and new evidence, they say, allegedly, that perhaps they're putting together a lot to talk about in this one. So, guys, before we get started, if you would do me a big favor and please hit that thumbs up button, would greatly appreciate that. Also, if you would share the live out, Jack and Lily are still missing. And I know a lot of things are going on with other cases and stuff right now, but we still have to talk about Jack and Lily. They are missing, and momentum, we have to keep the momentum on. And that requires, please share it out. If you would be so kind, share that link, hit copy, paste it in any of your favorite social media, hit that thumbs up. That's a way that others will see this video. Also, after the live, or for my replay crew, or you, please comment down below, hashtag justice for Jack and Lily, or bring Jack and Lily home. Also, hyping this video. You get 3 hypes a week. If you don't use it, you lose it. So if you would consider hyping this video, would mean so much as well. It all makes a difference. It is a small thing we can all do to help keep Jack and Lily's name out there. It really does mean a lot. Let me say hello to a few of you in chat before we get started. Hello, Miss Cindy, coming in clutch. Justice for Jack and Lily. That's right. Thank you so much, Cindy. Really appreciate you, Deborah. Preschool Granny, baby kisses with the 100. You know, love you, baby. And Wendy, hello. Shari, good to see you. The other Sharon, bonjour. Carol, hello, darling. Wendy, good to see you. Connie, bonjour. Leslie is always keeping it real. Lynn, good to see you, my friend. There is the legendary, and I mean the legendary Joyous. Good to see you, darling. Appreciate you. Miss Kim, hello. Miss Eureka. I love that. I love seeing Eureka. Eureka. I love it. This is why that is why what gets people found, never losing hope, making others see. And you're damn right. Damn right. And Jack and Lily were failed, completely failed by both their parents, biological and the stepfather, and pretty much anybody that lived on that property, if you ask me. Okay. So, yes, guys, please don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, share it out, consider hyping it, doing all of the things. All right. Like I said, Daniel was in, did your membership run out? Run it? I don't see him in here. Who you talking about? Hey, Tony, it is a sad case. It really is a sad case. There's not a lot of people in Pictou County, you know. Thank you, Lynn. Who you talking about, Sharon? I don't see him in here. My mom and dad were married on this day in 1985. Thanks. Thanks. Okay. All right. So, lots of things actually that we're going to go over. Daniel did not have to show up in court. His attorney did. Also, our friend Shan, she her tea time with on true crime with shenanigans. She is local. She actually had I guess was at the court appearance. Some interesting things happened while she was coming home or driving. I think she had dinner with or lunch or something with Malaya and some others. If you know, you can write it in the chat. Going to talk a little bit about that as well. Thank you so Melissa, 20 months. Legendary. Fabulous. Appreciate you, my dear. Thank you so much. Justice be served. It is. It is. It is. It really is. Thank you, Mindy. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for 20 months, Melissa. I really, really do appreciate you. Truly. Thank you so much. I'm trying to get to the news part here. Bear with me as I pull it up. I just had another live a second ago, and I need to take some things off here. If you please do the poll down below. The poll is Daniel's favorite birthstone, I think it's birthstone crystal, in your opinion? Let me know. Is it a yes or a yes? So the Global News did a piece, and we're going to go to the Global News. Lunch with Malaya. Well, yeah. And I really, really like Shan. She went. She's local, so she went there to look if she's in here. Hey, rapper. Yes. If she's in here, say hi, girl. I don't think it changed her opinion too much on what she thinks about Malaya. But we'll get into some of that here in just a minute. Yeah, it is, Rickson. It is.
My
Can't
kids are
give up.
such enthusiastic.
Okay, well, there's a 30-second commercial. Can you not skip after a few seconds? Come on now. Give me a second. I've got a couple clips here. Just gonna wait till this pops through. Yeah, you know, the thing is really weird. I just checked my internet connection. I've got really fast internet, so it's got to be either StreamYard or YouTube. All right, here we go. Credit goes to Global News, who has been on this case since day
It
one.
was a busy start to the day here at Pictou Provincial Court as assault charges against Daniel Martell, the stepfather of missing children Lilly and Jack Sullivan, were back before a judge. But unlike his arraignment, he didn't show up this time around. Instead, his newly acquired lawyer appeared on his behalf. Martell was first arraigned in court on March 2nd. Amid a flurry of media and public attention, he's facing one count of assault, another count of sexual assault, and one count of unlawful confinement involving an adult woman.
You know something? Again, I think it speaks volumes, in my opinion, about his charges. Again, we've seen Daniel's text. I've shown you Daniel's text with past relationships and all that. But confinement that he is being accused of, confinement. sounds like, in my opinion, that if he didn't want you out of the house, you weren't getting out of the house, right? Which to me is interesting because he and Miss Malaya say that they got out of the house, but there's nothing to say that they got out of the house other than there's a disappearance. How that disappearance happened, don't know. But Daniel is, in my opinion, too much of a control freak to not know what is going on in his property.
Between September 2020.
And I would also say for someone that is hyper focused, if you know what I mean, meaning his favorite birthstone is crystal, being up all hours of the day and night sounds like he knew everything that was going on in that property most of the time, right? Very controlling, up hours upon end. Everyone on eggshells to set Daniel off. Yes. Yes. And he has truly fucked his family over. He has been a liability for everyone around him. Everyone around him. Trashing their stuff. Trashing their lives, in my opinion, because of his decisions.
24 in March 2025. Prior to the hearing on Monday, the Crown says it received more information.
And there was additional disclosure provided to me today by the RCMP Pictou County District. That has to be reviewed and disclosed as well.
Gorman says Martell's counsel, acquired through Nova Scotia legal aid.
Do you hear that?
Gorman says Martell's counsel, acquired.
Pictou County CMP provided to me today, and there was additional disclosure provided to me today by the RCMP Pictou County District. That has to be reviewed and disclosed as well.
Oh, some new disclosure. What does that mean? Well, it sounds like the RCMP has some new things. Hear that, Daniel? That they need to give his attorney. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. That's very interesting. Wonder what they have found. They're working real hard, aren't they, Daniel? Round the clock. Remember, Daniel, you said you have all the faith in the world in the RCMP. I'm here for it, boo-boo. Here for it. Yeah.
Gorman says Martell's counsel, acquired through Nova Scotia legal aid, received.
I know Daniel's watching right now. I hope he's punching the air. I hope somebody's punching the air.
The collected evidence last week.
The level of public interest does not dictate or determine whether or not a prosecution proceeds, but it's certainly a factor.
Martell began drawing widespread attention after appearing in interviews following the disappearance of his stepchildren, 6-year-old Lilly and 4-year-old Jack Sullivan. The two were first reported missing on May 2nd, 2025, with little evidence being found in the months since. Despite multiple lengthy search efforts, Martell has maintained his innocence in the children's disappearance. Outside, family and community members are making sure Jack and Lilly stay top of mind.
We don't want anybody to forget them. We're coming up on a year and it's been really hard, and we need to make sure that nobody gives up on them because we're not.
Martell's assault charges are separate from the RCMP's ongoing investigation into the children's disappearance, with the complainant's identity in this case being protected by a publication ban. Both the Crown and defense will now sort through the newly provided documents and return back here on May 4th. Mitchell Bailey, Global News, Pictou County, Nova Scotia.
Now, a couple things there, right? A couple things there. They said the Crown and prosecutors will look at the newly. What was the word he used? Damn, I wish I could. Okay. I think is it newly obtained. I don't think we use the word evidence or not. Very nice. It means they haven't given up. In fact, they've got more evidence to hopefully prove their case against the victim. Also, what do y'all think is that's the next words out of my mouth, Michelle. What do y'all think about May 4th? Ironic date. Do y'all find that interesting? Now, Jack and Lily went missing May 2nd, but May the 4th be with you. People like Daniel are called a deadbeat dad, living off children, taking benefits. And yes, Wendy, not only did he allegedly do that, he allegedly there's alleged like fraud, right? Yeah, reported missing on May 2nd, yes. Another missing child in Nova Scotia. I sent a link to email. Oh God, no. No, Deborah. Was he not found yet? Hold on. Let me check. Let me see here. Well, hell no, he's not. I thought he was found. Okay. Let me show you this real quick, guys. Right here. Little baby, bless him. This is give me a second and I will tell you. Oh damn. Let's go back. This is Antigonish County, RCMP. Okay. He's been found. He's been found. Never mind. He's been found. I just I'm pretty sure he's been found because people are saying I'm pretty sure he's been found. That's why I didn't speak about it earlier, but I thought but I'm seeing mixed things, so that's got me a little confused. Can y'all let me know if he's been found or not? Let me see what the comments say. Found. Thanks heaven he's found. Yep, okay. Yep, I was thinking that he was found. Okay, perfect. Thank the Lord. Thank you, Lord in heaven. Thank you. Good. All right. Yes, found. Thank God. Okay. All right, let's what was I talking? What part was I talking about? Does anyone remember where I left off? I can't remember where I left off. Give me a second. Let me pull this up. Yes, very good news.
The Nova Scotia Public Prosecution Service, BILLGORMAN.
He went
With the Nova Scotia Public Prosecution Service, BILLGORMAN.
And Mr. Gorman, tell me about what took place here today.
Today was an appearance, Nova Scotia Legal Aid in Glasgow. It's fully on the record representing Mr. Martell. And there was disclosure was made, which would be a collection of the evidence that's been gathered in this investigation to Nova Scotia Legal Aid last week. Mr. Nick Holmes, with Nova Scotia Legal Aid, is reviewing that disclosure, and there was additional disclosure provided to me today by the RCMP Pictou County District. That has to be reviewed and disclosed as well.
And when was the matter adjourned to again?
May the 4th at 9:30.
Can you speak to the strength of the case? It sounds like there's a lot of disclosure, a lot of evidence. Can you speak to how you feel about?
Did you hear that? It sounds like there's a lot of disclosure and a lot of evidence. Yes, sounds like there's a lot of disclosure and a lot of evidence, they say. Not good. Well, that's actually very good. Just not good for the person being accused for this. Of course, they are innocent until proven guilty. Right? So we're just going to have to wait and see. I digress. But she said, sounds like there's a lot of evidence in this. Tell us more.
Role as a prosecutor in this case?
Well, my role as a prosecutor, ultimately, the burden of proof in the criminal matter is proof beyond a reasonable doubt. The evaluation that's conducted by the Crown is to determine whether or not there is a reasonable and realistic prospect of conviction. That evaluation has been conducted, and that exists. In terms of strength or weakness of the case, that's a judicial function. That's not a Crown function in terms of, obviously, we wouldn't proceed if we didn't feel that there was a reasonable and realistic prospect.
Wow. And yes, this is the prosecutor talking, and he says that he would not proceed with said case if they believe that they didn't have sufficient evidence. So, sounds like they are working hard. He was not required to attend because it was technically a continuance. That is correct. And they have more, apparently. Did your rooster show up in court? Cock-a-doodle-doo, mother chicken.
And obviously there's a lot of public interest in this case as well. Any message you'd like to send to the public?
That the Public Prosecution Service always considers and evaluates public interest as part of our mandate. Reasonable prospect of conviction and public interest are significant and real factors that are always in consideration. The level of public interest does not dictate or determine whether or not a prosecution proceeds, but
It's certainly a factor. Anything else? All right.
Did you hear that? It doesn't dictate. Well, again, this is separate. This is separate. But Daniel wanted to run the home like a dictator because he's a dick and he looks like a tater, of course. So Miss Shan from Shenanigans was in the area, and she was saying that someone, hold on, what is that? Everyone said it was a scare. The photos are screenshots and interviews during the first week and months later in the most recent court appearance of changes in disturbing nature. The beginning of what? Hold on. Oh, 1 second. Yes. Sorry, I'm looking something. Guys, I am very confused about something on Daniel. I am very confused. That scar that's right here on his face, right? There's a picture of him and Malaya that he has a scar, right? But look at the photos. Look at these photos. This is the most recent picture of Daniel. No scar. None. First interview. These are our progression. Someone put scar. 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 Progression. Scar. Bulbous eyes. Bulbous. Right? Progression. 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 Look at his eyes right there. My God. And that's the sit down interview. You can tell it is not near as deep. It is not near as deep. At all. And then right there. Just so it's not a one-off. That makes me, it makes me very curious because, no, Jen, they don't do that. Mm-mm. No, they don't put makeup on you. I mean, unless you're me, but most guys, they don't. So, don't worry about them, Carol. It's okay. I use headphones. You hear it all. If you can't hear me, it's probably your device. Too much math and not sleeping, in my opinion. Yeah. It's really weird to me because there is a picture of Daniel with Malaya, and it looks like he has a scar on there. But I don't understand. I don't understand. because you can see it clearly goes. All right. Shan, she went to the area, and Peaceful Phoenix. It's amazing to me that there are people, I mean, that truly that thinks that Daniel and Malia have no idea about anything. It's truly, out of any case I've ever covered, I cannot see how one believes that. In my opinion, I just can't see it. And that, I like, with all of the bullshit that they have said and done, come on. Out of any case,
and I know you're watching. I know you probably don't like me in your neck of the woods, but the heat is on. More charges are coming, and I look forward to that day. And I know you're watching. I know you probably don't like me in your neck of the woods, but the heat is on. More charges are coming, and I look forward to that day.
yeah, I believe her. She was there right on the pipeline. Thank you, Sadie. Appreciate you, my dear. Welcome to the Pearl family. Much love to you, my love. Really do appreciate you. And you just sent a super sticker. Thank you so much. Really, really appreciate your support. Very kind of you, Miss Sadie. Thank you so much, honey. Very kind of you. Some people simply should not have children. That's an understatement. Good question, Baby Kisses. Could there be more victims from Mr. Martell? Maybe. The person who says I was muttering or whatever, could you hear my rooster? Did that come in clear? This is how he is hiding it. That was a deep cut. He had that on Friday morning. How did I know how long I have been a member? How do I know? Go to the $sign and then hit the $sign and then go under, it'll say like membership highlights or something. Kind of like you're given a super chat, but it'll show you like, and you can leave a milestone. I think it says milestone or something like that. The holographic star, that was for a wooden bridge on a trail. Free member milestone. That's it, Brandy. Thank you so much, honey. What did they do to the poor kids? Can you imagine the life they endured? I can't. And so going over something right here. Actually, let me play this. When was this? Okay, let me play this. I need to pull up something here in just a second. I'm trying to find it, and I don't want to mutter.
The courthouse doors behind me opened for what was supposed to be a key moment in the case of Daniel Martell.
Martell.
Be a key moment in the case of Daniel Martell, the stepfather of 6-year-old Lilly and 4-year-old Jack Sullivan. But instead of a plea, the matter was postponed. His lawyer asked for more time to go through a large volume of evidence, some just handed over in the last few days, which the Crown prosecutor said was provided by the RCMP.
Large volume of evidence that was provided by the RCMP. Large volume. Joyous, thank you so very much. 9 months. Oh my God. Thank you so much, Miss Joyous. Really do appreciate you. Justice for Jack and Lily. Really appreciate that, my love. Good to see you. Did they ever contact the pipeline to see if they had any satellite pictures monitoring the pipeline during the time frame the kids probably disappeared? Might be helpful. It's highly unlikely that they did anything, that a satellite would be over that at that time. You know what I mean? But you never know. You never know. I believe they made headway whenever they whenever that article with Brad came out, because in my opinion, there was a lot of pushback in both directions on that, and I think the RCMP went out and did some more stuff because of that. I think they went to talk to Brad and all of them again. You know what I mean? So, holy Mona Lisa. Joyous. What? Holy Mona Lisa. Thank you so much. If you was gifted a pearl necklace, thank you so much, Joyous. What a stroke. Thank you so very much, my dear. This is such a great channel. Oh, you're very kind, Joyous. You're very generous. And thank you so very, very much, my dear. Make sure you thank our dear Joyous. Wow. Wow. Darling. Yes. Thank you, honey. So did another woman come forward? Don't know. I can't say that there has been or hasn't. Probably not, in my opinion. I don't think that they did. In my opinion, they have more evidence. They've been investigating it, and they have more evidence to give the prosecutor and Daniel's attorney. And again, the prosecutor stated that they wouldn't have brought this to charges if they didn't believe this was, if they had more than enough evidence to make a jury believe them.
No plea was entered and no testimony was heard. Martell did not appear in court. His
Noah.
lawyer attended on his behalf. He is charged with alleged assault, unlawful confinement.
Yeah, you are right, actually, Mohawk. Yes. You are right. If someone else came forward, it would be considered a different case. I mean, the only way I could think of is if, like, they said that they were victims but didn't want to press charges, but I can't see the state doing something like that. So, yeah, I think you're, yeah.
And sexual assault.
Good point.
There's a public ban on the identity of the alleged victim.
Good to see you, Mohawk.
Criminal matters, proof
Love you,
beyond a
baby.
reasonable doubt. The evaluation that's conducted by the Crown is to determine whether or not there is a reasonable and realistic prospect of conviction.
Reasonable and realistic prospect of conviction. You know something? I just, again, this is unrelated to Jack and Lily Sullivan's case, but I tell you something. I believe the RCMP is doing every single thing. Oh my God, it makes me want to cry. to get justice for Jack and Lily. Clapping my hands now. I know. Yep. Boy, I just got instant heartburn. Woo.
Obviously, we wouldn't proceed if we didn't feel that there was a reasonable and realistic prospect.
Police
Thank you,
insist
sir.
it's not connected to the children's disappearance. The Sullivan siblings have been missing from their Pictou County home in Lansdowne Station since May 2nd of last year. After intensive searches by RCMP and volunteers and hundreds of tips, the case remains unsolved. Members of the public who are following the case of the missing kids were also present today.
Reasonable prospect of conviction and public interest are significant and real factors that are always in consideration.
Can you say that again, sir? Please, I apologize.
Members of the public who are following the case of the missing kids were also present today.
Reasonable prospect of conviction and public interest.
Reasonable prospect of conviction and public interest
Are significant and real factors
that
that are always in consideration.
And always in consideration, says this prosecutor and this handsome chap over here in this corner. My second question, Daniel, have you ever been in interview room 5? Have you ever been in interview room 5? Daniel, to interview room 5, please. Daniel, to interview room 5. Thank you. There went the intercom. Okay. Just saying.
The level of public interest does not dictate or determine whether or not a prosecution proceeds.
The case.
Yes. For the dictator. The dictator. Because he's a dick and he looks like a tater. I actually have an actual picture of how I think Daniel will be walking, potentially, at least, in my opinion, whenever he gets in the clink. And it's very similar to his genetic ancestors. Right there. I do believe, in my opinion, Daniel will potentially be walking like this within his future. And I really, really hope so. God, I hope so. I hope, because this is one mofo that I truly have zilch compassion for, because of what those kids went through. I know I have to make jokes and stuff like that, but I'm telling you, I will freaking praise the Lord when Jack and Lily is found and justice is served, and that SOB gets everything that he deserves. So, you might be changing your prance, Daniel. Hope so.
This has now been pushed to May 4th. No further details were discussed in court.
I hope they throw down the hammer on May 4th and they say, bye, Daniel. May the 4th be with you. Now walk away. Bish, walk away. Oh, Sherry, come the hell on. You know it is. Come on, Sherry. Come on. Come on. If only something gets Daniel to get something will. Something will. Okay. The only heroes that was in Jack and Lily's life nearly every day was their teachers and principals. Yep, that's right there. And what they have to live with, I just can't imagine. All right, I want to go to something someone posted here. I've got some comments on it. They wouldn't prosecute him. Well, they said that they absolutely they have believe more than enough to prove that he did this. I want to see Durwood catch some charges too, Ron says. Well, Ron, he's being awful quiet. I know, Joyous. Mrs. Palmer will be really handy in there. So someone writes this. This is their opinion. This is the most logical explanation and the only thing Anita has said that actually fits to make sense to me. MBM woke up at 3:09 a.m. and heard Daniel shuffling around the trailer. She went back to bed as directed. He did tell her he would be staying up to clean while she slept. When Daniel came back to bed at 6, it woke MBM up again. At this time, she called the school hotline and went back to sleep. She made reference to him disposing of the children. When they woke and she realized they were gone, she calls 911. I would think Daniel would have ran into the woods calling their name since it was where it was believed that they went. Instead, Daniel dipped with the car for an undetermined amount of time without his cell phone. When he arrived back to the trailer, he was soaking wet and authorities had arrived. We still don't know how if Daniel came back wet or not. I don't think he actually came back wet. Children are affected when a classmate is missing or passed. Yes, I know, Lil Red, and that's very sad. Very sad. Teachers, the whole school is. What? Hey, Pug. Good to see you, baby. Back was... Okay.
Only thing I got out of Malaya was she woke up at 3:09 and she said to me, it sounded like he was packing things. And I said, what do you mean, Malaya? And she said, it sounded like he was moving furniture. And
where did Malaya allegedly say this to? Does anyone know? Joyous, do you know? Now, I know that Malaya had said to family, allegedly, that she woke up around midnight. Daniel was in the bathroom doing, with his favorite gemstone, crystal, in mathematics. No, Pugs. It's maybe rewind a few minutes, maybe 5 minutes or something. It has been postponed. Just a quick, summary real quick of what I've been talking about. Daniel has court again May 4th. The RCMP has given an abundance of new evidence, of new discovery, rather, I'll say, to prosecutors and Daniel's attorney. That being said, the prosecutor made a statement that they believed that they had an abundant amount of evidence to prove their case. Right. Yeah, I don't ever remember saying, Cheryl, at 3 o'clock or anything like that. Now, did Haley say that? I've never heard of the 3 a.m. 3 a.m.
rolling things. And I said, oh, okay. I said, well, what did you do? She goes, I just kind of looked and he told me to go back to bed. I said, oh, okay. She made reference to him disposing of the children.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all.
Okay.
And it upset me. But I said, what do you mean by that? And she disclosed, well, his cousins. And I said, oh my God. And then I needed another glass of wine.
Who is this person that wrote this? Who is this person that wrote this is what I wanted to know. Because it's not right. Why are people, this is the thing. You can have an opinion on Malaya. I certainly have an opinion on Malaya. You can have an opinion on Daniel. You can have an opinion on me. Okay? You can, me, for all I care. But don't say you heard something or saw something or she told you something when there is 2 missing children. Okay? Who is she, Deborah? I've never heard of her. And it sounds like she's been in the fucking wine, to be honest with you. I'm a pour another wine. That's what it sounds like. Let me tell you something, lady. If Daniel or Malaya ever told me or anybody else that they did something or Daniel did something or whatever, I'm not going to be recording that and posting it on YouTube like that. I know people think I might, but I promise you I won't. I kept the video of Michael Vaughn's video that I had for over a year. When it comes to something like that, like legit stone, there it is, not going to happen ever. You should be talking to the RCMP, not the window here and whoever's on the phone. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. When I got the actual evidence that was accidentally sent to me of Stacy Wandera confessing that he knew where Michael Vaughn's body was and that he saw it with his own eyes, I didn't put that out. I could have ran straight to YouTube. In fact, I never put it out. His mother actually put it out. I wouldn't do it. I had that for over a year. this was just crazy to me because I wanted this person, Candace, who says this again. I've never heard of her. I'm sure she's probably watching right now. Miss Candace, you recorded this. Why don't you didn't record Malaya? Yeah, I thought I was hacked because Michael's mom didn't tell me she was putting that out. And like, seriously, like nobody had that. Like nobody had that. And when that was, thank you, baby kisses. When that was put out, I thought someone hacked me. I was like, I called Brandy and I was like, oh my God, Brandy. And I had it locked down. I got like VPNs and everything. And I was like, Brandy, how did this get out here? She's like, I should have told you I released it. I was like, okay, at least I didn't. Wasn't me. Hey, Magdalena. A said on M Live today that shy around her and she didn't see her for years. Who's A? A said, didn't tell her anything. I'm quoting her exact words, but it's more or less what she said. A said on M Live, just give me names. Give me names. That I think even Malaya was shy around her. That she didn't see her for years. So Malaya didn't want to tell her anything. Oh, Anita. Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. All right. So, let me show you something here. So if you guys come across like something like this, please don't believe everything that someone says like that. Do your own research, form your own opinion. That just really bothered me. That really bothered me. Because as much as I think Malaya failed her kids, and as much as I think she is an immature human being, as much as I think she was lazy and all of that, I still think there are, in my opinion, that she was a victim in some aspects, some aspects. It doesn't give me the, oh, poor Malaya, all, like, but I feel bad in a couple ways for Malaya because but regardless, this person shouldn't be saying something like Malaya said she did something whenever she didn't say that to you. That's the thing. You can think someone's the biggest POS ever, but you are not helping by doing that. If you really care about Jack and Lily, you're not saying that's your opinion. You are saying this as a straight fact, ma'am. A straight fact. This happened. This incident happened. There's a big difference. Big difference. And that is a huge accusation. Tea time on True Crime with Shenanigans. Hit the thumbs up button, share. Make sure you sub up to shenanigans. We've done panels together, a couple panels together. Dropping the link there. Make sure you sub up because shenanigans, she's local. She's local to the area. And she went to the pipeline and stuff the other day. She didn't stay very long because very strangely, just like Malaya was having people, i.e., allegedly Daniel, the one who is now allegedly is being charged for SA assault and basically holding someone captive. I can't remember the charge, something like that, allegedly. She was essentially being stalked. And Daniel, in my opinion, told us about one of the times he was stalking her out when he couldn't contain his composure. He couldn't contain his impulses. So he had to park next to Malaya, and she was at her trunk. And then Daniel gets out and allegedly throws something. Forcible confinement. Thank you so much. Daniel has zero impulse control. Zero. And that goes along with addiction. It goes along with addiction. And, he's admitted that he's done the crystal every day for years. And so his impulse control, I think, was part of a big reason why Jack and Lily are missing today. Because, in my opinion, he got angry and lost control. But I want to play something right here with Shenanigans. Make sure you sub up to Shenanigans.
Just a clapping seal.
It's really hard.
It's full of nasty people. Full of nasty people.
Let me, 1 second. I want to give her credit. Give me a second. I want to play something right here.
Usually it's just the side eye I've been given lately.
Oops. Bombastic
yes,
side eye.
just a clapping seal. It's full of nasty people.
Okay. Let me play this.
Cheryl and I were.
All right, listen to
Cheryl
this.
predominantly was followed on the way back from court, and I was behind her, and she messaged me and said that there was a particular car behind her, and because I got a heavy foot, I was a little bit ahead of her, so I slowed right down. And
there was a particular car behind her.
Cut the fucker off and was in behind her until we got off. I won't say which exit without signal.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Shan can take care of herself. She could kick my ass any day. Absolutely. She would knock the blush off me.
Because that's the kind of stuff that happens, apparently, in this case. Some family members seem to think that, you don't need security to search. And maybe that's okay for them, but I don't want to be getting out of my car and walking up a pipeline and coming across potential evidence with no witnesses. You know, God knows what's out there. And maybe those family members aren't getting the same messages that I am.
You know something?
You know, when you have people trying to figure.
You know, I was thinking about this as well. In my opinion, not only could this be a way of, again, this is separate. The charges for Daniel is not related to Jack and Lily, but not only could it be a charge, kind of like a 3-strike you're out rule because he has no other criminal history. And not only could this help with maybe other potential warrants that they maybe couldn't have gotten before, but again, if Daniel is involved in the Jack and Lily case and perhaps would be the main perpetrator or one perhaps of the main perpetrators, I think this could potentially help with searching as well. What do I mean by that? Well, for instance, and it's a lot more rare, I want to say this, but hey, Mr. POTUS, we all care about you, baby. And of course, Joyous does. There's a security for next search. Yeah. But this could, if, for instance, they were being moved, right? If they were being moved and they were searching here, right? And then someone would move them to where they've already searched, right? Because sometimes suspects will move where they have already searched and they have already cleared, right? The Lansdowne Mafia, right? Oh, Gordon Gow. Yeah, it's really sad that you've got to have security looking for a 4 and a 6-year-old, right? And when the math tells and the McKenzies and all of them are acting like a bunch of buffoons while people are just looking for a preschooler and a kindergartner. You know? Brandy originally said, she said, Ron, forget the charged it to Earl. Oh, gotcha. Yes, ma'am. You're good.
Figure out where you live. You gotta make arrangements.
I agree, Wendy.
Yeah. What did you not get, Janice? He is. I bet he is.
Hold on.
Yeah, it was great seeing her. I know. I will. And I'm invested in, right?
About
it is
Malay.
very difficult to switch off every day. She's screaming obscenities. Well, there was a reason why I was only there for 10 minutes because, you know, when you put out a notification saying you're live, your subscribers get it. And I'm sure there's some lurking list.
Right. I mean, she was live right there on the trail. She's got a video up for one of the tiers for the members of her on that pipeline and Daniel and the Martells and all of them watch everything. So if she's there on the pipeline saying live, she could be, her safety could be at risk. Yes, she was actually on the pipeline, but she was only there for 10 minutes because she was live and she didn't want to risk something going on. If they think the kids walked away, they didn't. Wouldn't they want help from people to search every square inch of every property, not prevent search? You would be, yes, they would be bitching. Well, why aren't those people allowing us to search? That's strange. That's what family would do, right? Not them,
Wizards out there.
in my
I
opinion.
mean, there's nearly 300 people watching right now, and there's not 300 people in the chat for Jack and Lily without answers.
I wanted to see what she said about Malay.
And I certainly hope
remember the timestamp.
I certainly hope that the RCMP have more answers than we do, but I suspect they do. I really do. And I'm really looking forward to the next search as well.
When's the next search? Does anyone know? I think I had a thing on it. Give me a second. I'm trying to find it and see if there's a thing on it there. Was something. Where'd it go? Poor Blenda. April. Okay, they didn't post it. I thought they posted a date. Date is not public. Good. Good. I don't think that they should make it public, actually. In fact, I would prefer it being a small group of people who can hold water, if you will, and nobody knows a search is going on. Right? Nobody. Just just people who can hold water, meaning hold a secret. They can talk about it afterwards. Is anyone who talks about Malay? I can't
Are you
remember the
always
timestamp.
in the vertical chat
1 second.
and visiting with family? So I've been a bit more. I don't think you had to worry about anything.
Let me see if I can. Damn. Let me see if there's a summary here, because I can't remember the timestamp where it was. She was talking about Malay. Where's the? Yeah, here it is. Okay. Couldn't find where it was. 1 second. Court case update, pipeline investigation, local context, focus on justice. Let me look at a couple of cases.
This is in the court, and this is the prosecutor. Yeah, she's awesome.
Here we go.
Just to do a little peek. So
Make sure
I
you
will
guys-
say that I get quite a
I
lot.
want you guys to please sub up to Shenanigans. She's only got like 1,400, something like that, subscribers. Please sub up to her.
Armed
Wanted
with
to gain a bunch of
there
subs.
being
She
a
works really
light
hard
on.
Jack and Lily.
But when I went by today, there was a light
Can
on
you
as
carry
well.
bear spray?
So just ignore that.
Roxy, I don't know exactly, but she
I
was saying
believe
that
you are
someone
right,
followed her. Thank you,
Cheryl.
Sharon, baby.
I believe you are right. So let's go ahead and
Yeah.
show this video.
And also, if you don't have bear spray, in a pinch, get you some Raid, allegedly. You know, hornet spray. Works wonders. Works wonders in a pinch. In a pinch.
All right. So there is the Getty's house.
Because it sprays with force. It sprays with force. Because, you know, you don't want to get near a hornet. And it sprays like 30 feet or something like that. And it comes out really strong. And, you know, you can get a thing for $4, $5 a can. Great. Force and distance, yeah. Now this is the house right down below the Martells, right? Where Janie and Daniel live. Right. Janie coming out of her trailer. And Daniel he's going to be walking soon, in my opinion, from the clink.
There's lights on inside. There's a fucking
And I'm like,
light on
Daniel, the
inside
lights
there.
are on, nobody's home.
It bothered me because nobody's supposed to be in there. So. Okay.
Now, you got to remember, like right here where she started, right? I mean, Jack and Lily, they're saying, would have had to have walked way down past here. And look how far she's driving. That's a lot for a 4 and a 6-year-old. It really is clapping soon.
There's lights on inside. There's a fucking light on inside there. It bothered me because nobody's supposed to be in there. So. Okay.
Yeah, it kind of looks like a haunted house, doesn't it? It does look kind of scary. Now look. Right here is the road, and one of the people who heard Daniel's car, they say Daniel's car lives down here.
I'm not going down there. I didn't want to go unannounced by Brad's house.
I'd be like the mayor around there. I'd be knocking on everyone's door. Hey, how you doing? Look at there. Look at Daniel's SUV parked in the driveway. Poor thing broke down in the first week of having it. Yep, so did I, Dragon. So did I. And you could, like, the highway was like 5 or 6 miles, and you could hear it, particularly of the more like early hours of the morning and stuff. You could hear the highway miles away. His ex-girlfriend told me that the thing didn't even have a rear view mirror. He just wanted it because of the emblem on it that it said Escalade. You know, talk about having your priorities in check. You got
I didn't want to go unannounced.
living in mommy's house, but want the emblem of an Escalade from the money you won from a gambling site, allegedly.
So
Thank you, Sandwich. Grow up, Daniel.
that's it. That's the place.
You know,
And it did make me feel uncomfortable driving.
I bet. And just seeing it, it's so different. I can't even describe to you. Like, you feel, because I've like been on the ground in different cases before, and when you're there, it is a different feeling. It is even deeper of a feeling. I can't describe it. But Janie, the positive part in all this, you are getting ready to have a bunch of space. You're getting ready to have a bunch of space, right? That's the positive thing. Let's go. Let's go. Look at Janie's muscles. Yep. Janie's going to have a bunch of space.
I didn't want to slow down. I didn't want.
Janie, here's her muscles, and she sounds like a trucker. She sounds like a trucker. The last time I had a pap smear, the doctor needed rubber gloves and an oyster shucker. Daniel, I'm gonna sell you Escalade. I feel he's wrecked every freaking car in a 5-mile radius.
To beep the horn. I definitely didn't want to go and knock on the door.
I would have raised my middle finger.
But it is very unnerving to know that to be in front of a home where 2 children went missing from, regardless of how they went.
Yeah. Jack and Lily played in that yard. That was their home. They were unattended a lot of times, I'm sure.
Missing. To be in the vicinity, to know that 2 children are missing from that spot. It's very different in person than when you see it on videos.
Tucka is going to have room to run. He's not going to be as stressed like Janie. Tucka's going to grow some fur. Oh my God. Tucka. Oh, Tucka. My dog. My dog is going to have so much space. I'm not going to have to take him to the vet as much because Daniel won't be smoking the crack-a-methola. All of that. Tucka going to be free. And you know what? Daniel's going to be tucking it as well. Daniel's going to be tucking it in a whole different way. Aren't you, Daniel? Daniel's going to be tucking it. Get ready for that, bitch.
Very different in person. It's a very secluded, very quiet area with very little traffic. It was eye-opening how rural it was. Very, very rural.
Tuck and roll,
with
Dan. Tuck and roll.
very little people around and a lot of forest. And I really look forward to the next search. I will slow down as much as I can. But like I said, I wasn't trying to drive slow.
Hold on. There was.
Florida Park here on the right.
Look at this.
I just saw the pig footprints.
And if you can become a member over there, become a member over there. She would appreciate it. She needs more subscribers. She look at this. This is the pipeline. Does anyone in their natural being think that Jack and Lily, and by the way, we're a month away from Jack and Lily being vanished for a year. Look at this. No, you can't, Joyce. Unfortunately, there's a possibility she could be in bracelets herself. I feel eventually a coordinated early hours targeted raid. I know, Mr. POTUS, I know. Yeah, yes, the pristine childhood boot prints. I learned that certain scented candles can trigger seizures in dogs. After the Higgins started having last March. Yeah, there's a lot of synthetic chemicals in certain candles. Make sure you get some clean burning candles. And if you have a bird, don't use any like cookware, like Teflon cookware. It'll kill your bird. Power company have to fit over those ruts. Yeah. Can you, I mean, think about how small a 4 and a 6-year-old's little legs are and them walking through any of this. You know, their little legs and their little feet would get tripped up in the grass and all that. They could, I mean, come on. Look at all the mud from the rain. It was like that the day they would have saw footprints every freaking where. Yeah. It ain't happening. There is no way that they made it that far. No.
I won't go up too far though.
Look at these ditches. These ditches are deeper than you think as well.
In case somebody comes up behind.
I wish I was there with her.
So this is the pipeline.
I would be walking in pumps with her, sashaying on the pipeline. Come on, Shanann. Protect me. Let's go.
Where only a clump of footprints were found. And it's a well-used trail. And I am not sure I would see children walking up here. I don't. Would your 4 and 6-year-old walk up here with no fucker around?
I know where it was, woman. Yeah.
I don't even want to walk up here.
Hey, black skies. Exactly. Who wants to walk there? Hold on. I'm look, I wish I wish you could have seen over to the side there. How deep you could see more. How deep this is.
I won't go up too far though, just in case somebody comes up behind.
And look at all of these just from that hurricane a few years ago. Oh, look at all the prints where, like, you know, people go through. They're probably the pipeline people or whatever was in an ATV herd and not a car.
So this is the pipeline
Look at all the
where
rocks.
only a clump of footprints. Sorry, it's repeating now.
Night, Leslie, darling.
And it's a well-used
Hey,
trail.
helicopter.
And I am not sure.
Absolutely.
I see children walking up here.
No, not a chance. Not a chance. Not a chance. And you know what? You know something that pisses me off? Because in my opinion, Malaya knows. And her saying, oh, it's prettier today. We're hoping they're not in the rain. Think of this. Look at this. Look at this. What Jack and Lily were in. You telling the camera that, Malaya. I've been in the mud. I'd get my feet stuck. My shoe was stuck. Yeah. Hope they're warm. I know I give Daniel a lot of hell and stuff, but Malaya, yeah. Well, yeah. Diapers on that, yeah. No, these children never walked on their own. Out. Never. Never, ever, ever, ever. You are a buffoon if you think that. If you think that, you are a buffoon. It's just that simple. I never say this about a case. Ever. But if you think it in this case, you're a buffoon. It's not even, in my opinion, even negotiable with this case. If you have followed this case any length of time, come on now. Oh, thank you, helicopter. Thank you, darling. Appreciate you. Very, very much. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. If you receive that, make sure you thank our, sorry, I was trying to do two things at once. Helicopter mama, helicopter grandma rather, and helicopter grandma. Did you know, Daniel, Mr. Martell can run faster than a helicopter? Yeah.
RCMP, open up.
He certainly can. He can outrun those helicopters. Did you hear him say that? Make sure you think helicopter at grandma if you receive that.
Would your 4 and 6-year-old walk up here with no fucker around?
Well, let's just say
Pardon my French. Now it's also,
think about this. I don't know if she says the temperature or anyone knows the temperature there that day. But can you imagine a 4 and a 6-year-old and Jack in just a diaper and some boots and maybe a shirt, they're saying, in this? No. Not a chance. Not a chance. Not a chance. There's snow on the ground in April there. Well, there's snow on the ground
worth
there.
mentioning, which I was reminded of, that this isn't what it looked like in May of last year. That it hadn't been cleared as much. There was taller grass and it
That's a good point. That's a really good point she makes. Last year, there wasn't even that road there. It wasn't even cleared that good last year. Oh, thank you, Dapper. Love you, darling. Sweet. I knew he was first time I saw him. Mhm.
It wasn't as muddy.
Just craziness. Just craziness. Let me find this.
An issue with sound. On their own. So, what do you guys think? I think,
In my opinion, when Daniel says he met his mom out on the pipeline, at that point, in my opinion, Daniel is planting the blanket. Yeah. Waist deep in the bathtub. You know what? Daniel's waist deep in his lies. He's waist deep in his own caca.
said it's very unlikely that you would look along this trail. Maybe it was drier in May. But
Super Matt Daniel.
the friggin' mud bath. It's a friggin' mud bath.
Yes.
And in my opinion, not a chance in hell. Not unless they were brought up here
the job.
on a four-wheeler by someone else. So, yeah, I will be live again.
Yeah, and at the end of this trail, right tucked nice and neat, where the trail and Daniel's dad's road that he lives in, right on the corner of a tree, higher than Jack and Lily could reach, there is a pink blanket. Daniel said, "A pink blanket." So I immediately put 2 and 2 together and added 6 and went to the dumps or the trash can and said, "Oh, here's a pink blanket. I mean, a pink blanket." I can't stand that moment.
Later tonight, I've got a bunch of footage that I need to edit and put together from court yesterday and from driving around Lansdowne and Lansdowne Station. And I just...
Okay. What's, let me see here. What's 5 degrees Celsius to Fahrenheit? That's 41 degrees. Yeah, that's cold. That's cold. 1 second. He's so stupid. Okay. A hand size hole in the trash bag. Exactly.
give you all an opportunity before the search and before more information comes.
All right, watch this.
You can
Look at this. Chin's pretty. She's got pretty skin. That's a good question too, Half Moon. That's a failure. Look at these roads.
A lot of no trespassing and no hunting signs. Just
I so want to go to Nova Scotia. I mean, there's so many trees.
no hunting signs. Just
I mean, you got to think about how high a 4 and a 6-year-old's legs are. And they can't raise them that high. They would have just such a hard time in this particular terrain. It would be hard in the desert, let alone in a place like this. Right? This isn't level ground. It's not, cleared out. It's nothing like that. Helicopter, thank you so much again, darling. That's really kind. Really appreciate that. You received that pearl necklace. Make sure you thank our dear Miss Helicopter Mama again for gifting that pearl necklace. Thank you so much, my dear. Really, really do appreciate that very much. The inmate don't like a guy who hurts women or kids, so be careful when you go to jail. And Joyce, that is what I always talk about on my love you too, darling. Thank you. That's what I always say on my channel. Like, I can genuinely put up with just about anybody. I really try to get along with just about everybody. But the people that I cannot tolerate, and makes my blood boil is people who hurt children, animals, elderly, someone with a disability. Because those are the worst. Those are the absolute worst of humanity. Why are they the worst of humanity? Because they hurt someone or something that cannot fend for themselves. They are not as big as you. They are not as strong as you. They are not as equal to you. And that is why when child unalivers or child abusers or child neglectors go to prison or jail, they have a hard time. Good. That's exactly right. They prey on the weak, or, well, they prey on the weak, but they're so impulsive, or they're such a coward that they'll take it out on the kids or whatever. Just how do you hurt a 4 and a 6-year-old? How do you hurt a kid? Right? I get it. Kids are tough. They can work your nerves. All of that. Understand that's human condition, right? But you don't hurt them. They don't know. They are learning. That's why kids get in trouble, because they are learning during that process what is right, what is wrong, what is safe, what is not. And you teaching them what is right, what is wrong, what is safe, what is not, what is good, what is bad. If you can't show them that, then guess what? You're the problem. A 4 and a 6-year-old. I remember being a kid. You remember being a kid. It's very scary if something, when you get in trouble. When I got in trouble as a kid, right? I got like, it's scary to get in trouble, even if you're not abused. You know what I mean? When I was a kid, when I got in trouble, I was like, oh my God. It's scary, just that feeling of getting in trouble. I cannot fucking fathom what Jack and Lily and these other kids went through. This is scary for an adult. Scary for an adult to go through this. A 4 and a 6-year-old who hasn't been on the planet that long. All they want to do is play and live life. But Daniel's up there doing what he does, in my opinion, and taking it out on anybody and everybody that is not a man, taking it out, in my opinion, on Jack and Lily, taking it out on, my opinion, Malaya at times, and in my opinion, even Janie. taking it out on Janie. Now, he has caused, in my opinion, I think Malaya was just flat out ass lazy and immature. Right. She went back just a few days before the children vanished. You know why I think Malaya went back? I don't know. But I think, you know why I think Malaya went back, in my opinion? Because it was close to payday. It was close to payday. And, or she thought she was going to get Daniel to fix his taxes or whatever, or it was coming up. Happy anniversary. What's up? Happy anniversary. That's right, Chris. I agree. I'm sorry, Joyce. Yep. Yep. Make sure you guys subscribe to Shenanigans right there. I've seen it a lot, but I want to show you this.
Just staying as hopeful as possible. I want them home. I want to hold them. And I want them home.
Yeah. Malaya's eyes says a hell of a lot more here. In her, you can see there's more behind these eyes than what she's telling us.
What happened was we woke up. I heard them playing in the next room.
Oh, look at that trash bin open. Did anybody ever notice that trash bin open? Right there. There's balls and all kinds of things. Look, it's even cockeyed, that thing. It's not even level, that trash bin. You know, the one you opened up, Daniel, and
beside us.
threw shit in there.
And I was drifting.
Liar, liar, pants on fire.
In and out of sleep, and they're not the type of kids that we tell them not to go outside on their own. We always make sure that we're out there with them.
Look at the fence. The non-existing fence. 2 fences right there. You're such a liars, guys.
Watching them. And
the mattress laying out there.
Watching them, and they happen to just get out that sliding door. And
they happen to get out that sliding door. They just happen to.
We can't hear it when it opens. And they were outside playing, but we weren't aware of it at the time. And the next thing we knew, it was quiet. And we get up, and I tell him, my partner, Daniel, I tell him, "Do you hear the kids?" And he says, "No." And we get up instantly. We're looking outside. We're looking everywhere, yelling for them. And I instantly just call 911.
It's so scripted. You can tell. You can just tell. Thank you, Miss Dolores. Thank you for your hard work. You are super. I love you, Miss Dolores. Thank you so much, sweetie. Appreciate you. You're very kind. Really do appreciate you, my dear. Love you, Miss Dolores. Thank you for your support, darling. Really, really do appreciate you. That just happened to finish. They just happened to finish the vents and put up the cameras after the kids go missing. Yeah. Happened to make up a lot of BS.
I just had the instinct I needed to call. They're both really go-lucky children. They're so sweet. They talk to anyone. They'll talk your ear off. They will speak to anyone in a store.
everyone. They're just extremely sweet kids.
Does anyone notice how Jack, they have shoes on Jack that is way too big for him, that baby? I mean, I get it. Some people want, the kids to not, grow in them a little bit, make them a little bit bigger. But I mean, look how big they are compared to Lily's. I just not noticed that after all this time.
I appreciate the
Yeah. And Daniel said RCMP was all through here and that he had to pull down here. Now, I want you to look at this real quick, because if you watched my live the other day, Daniel says there was no place to park from the trailer here, right? No place to park at all. So he pulls down here, right here, where he says he got out and the RCMP looked at him immediately because he says eyes were on him the entire time. And he says after the eyes were on him, after he jumped out of the vehicle, they said, "Don't go back in the woods, Daniel." First of all, that's a lie. It bothers me that he parked down here, and Daniel does everything for a damn reason. Number one. Second of all, they didn't see you down here from up there and say, "Don't go back on." And then he says they went and swarmed Malaya after that. He parked down here for a reason. Why did he park down here for a reason? Daniel does everything for a reason. He says everything for a reason. Something's wrong here. Oh, helicopter. Thank you again, honey. Thank you so very much. That's very kind of you. Really do appreciate that. Thank you, love. You received that pearl necklace. Give our helicopter mama again a really big thank you. Thank you so very much, my dear. It's very, very kind. Really appreciate it. It was all absolutely a setup. I think the entire family knows what happened. What is the motive, though? Will they get a payday in 2 years or something? No. The motive is Daniel has no impulse control, and Daniel was, in my opinion, mad at Malaya that the relationship was essentially over. I don't think it was to get rid of the crystal meth. I think he would have smoked that one up real quick. I think there was something more to it. There's something more to it. And I measured this the other day, and it's 360 feet. And this is a big swamp. It's a big swamp, isn't it?
huge search effort going on right now. But we've been pushing for an Amber Alert, which hasn't been issued. Not just that they could possibly be abducted, which it is a possibility that they could have been, but just an alert to let everyone know that they are missing. We had people text me saying that they weren't aware, someone else let them know that they were missing, and it would just be nice if everyone could be alerted. We thought maybe that we found tracks, but it's...
Yeah, it would be so nice that everyone would be alerted, says the mother that has not been out here alerting a damn person for the past year, right? And look at all the police and stuff there at this time. Daniel, they didn't have to pull down way down the pond here.
Still uncertain. It's been raining and they're probably soaking wet, but with the sun today, I'm hopeful that they are feeling warm. We're all
Wait a minute. Helicopter
it's still
mom.
uncertain. It's been raining and they're probably soaking wet, but with the sun today.
Look at that helicopter mom. Daniel is about ready to outrun this helicopter. He is. Because he is super mass Daniel. Right? You don't get the pecs of Janie and Daniel for nothing. Okay? That six
I'm
pack.
hopeful that they are feeling
I'm over here looking
warm.
like Honey Boo Boo.
We're all filled with pain and sorrow because we just want them found.
I have never heard someone describing on day one that they're filled with pain and sorrow. Usually, a mother is hopeful, right? Panicked, wanting to get the word out. This is it's already, they're not alive.
We want them home. Hopeful that they are feeling warm. We're all filled with pain and sorrow because we just want them found. We want them home. Everyone loves them. They are definitely verbal, and
Jack and Lily should have just been celebrating a birthday party the other day.
they do have, because we just want them found. We want them home. Everyone loves them. They are
But this bastard over here, Mr. Martell,
definitely verbal,
couldn't
and they do have
control
possible
himself, in my
autism,
opinion.
but it's not extreme autism. It's just they have
Look at how he looks at her.
issues with
Look at that smirky ass grin of his.
school, and they don't catch up with the other kids. I just want.
They don't catch up with the other kids. Well, maybe because you didn't pay any damn attention and they missed 40 some days of school. It's hard to learn if you don't got proper nutrition, shit's going on at the home, and you don't even attend school 40 some days a year. It's not the kids' fault. Not their fault. All you boo-boos. All you. Absolutely crazy. Guys, it is 12:22 in the morning here. It's my second live. They missed pretty much about close to 25%, yeah, of the year, more or less. Absolutely. They're growing bodies. They well could have had mild autism, but that doesn't excuse anything. I don't think they had autism at all. I think anything is possible, but there's a reason they wanted to push that. Thank you, Miss Joyce. Thank you. What's up? Helicopter grandma. And let's not forget, MBM did not meet their teachers ever. Correct. Never met him. Never met him. Lori, Deborah, Mohawk, Brandy, Joanne, Carol, Peggy, Crazy, Buck. What's up, Lexi, Peggy, Wendy, Helicopter, Ariel, Baby Kisses, Old Garden Gal, Cassie, Mr. POTUS, Miss Joyous, Andrea, Tony, Pugs. No, I understand. I got you. I know what you mean, Puggies. I got you, baby. Love you. Wendy, Kim, Neep. It still bothers me how DT treated Sunny. I don't know what you mean. Anastasia, just a clapping seal. Yes, ma'am. Roxy. YouTuber. Am I fighting sleep? No. I don't fight sleep. Sleep fights me. Brandy, Andrea, Lexi. Good night, everyone. Love you all. Appreciate you. Justice for Jack and Lily. TikTok, Daniel. TikTok, you're gonna walk. TikTok, Daniel's walk is gonna change, in my opinion, allegedly. And Miss Janie ain't gonna be so judgmental when she goes to the pharmacy and she looks at me while I'm checking out with nothing but lube and Reese cups. Aren't you, Janie? You're not gonna look at me like this anymore, are you? No, you're not. Because your son's gonna walk. Superman Daniel. Mm-hmm. Oh, Lord. I need to sleep. All right, guys. Love you all. Appreciate you. Good night, everyone. Justice for Jack and Lily.